back. Doesn't a brief moving break feel really great? That's my regular practice. When I'm working, I set my timer for 41 minutes. That's my favorite football number from my football days. And when it goes off, I get up and I get moving for about 10 or 15 minutes. It's usually enough to get my 10,000 steps daily and get them consistently and get them with ease. Now, on to the final lesson of the first week. What is mind mapping? A mind map is a graphical way to represent ideas and concepts. It's a visual thinking tool that helps you to structure information, helping you to better analyze, comprehend, synthesize, recall, and generate new ideas. I was first introduced to mind mapping when I wrote my second book, Turning Inspiration into Action. I used it to organize my thoughts and then to structure the book and then ultimately to write it. But for today, let me share the mind map that I used to create this eCourse. So I started with a blank 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and I had it on its side in landscape position. Then I wrote out the first name I had for the course, and I put it right in the center of the page with a big starburst circle around it. At the time, I had an idea to call the school that'll offer the course the Happy Living University. I'm not sure that'll stick, but I had the thought, and so I wrote it down, wrapping the circle with the name Happy Living University. Next, I thought of the lesson plans for the course. Exploring inspiration, that's the one we're doing right now, and exploring priority, exploring gravity, make space, earthly energy, spiritual energy, taking action, and Kaizen. I wrapped all the lessons around the center starburst and then wrapped each lesson in a starburst circle too. Next, I thought about power, specifically the power it takes to create the life of your dreams. I wrote down the 3 powers from my book, Turning Inspiration into Action. The power of priority, the power of the heart, and the power of the universe. Then I started writing. I started writing out the lesson plan in a Word doc, using my mind map as my outline. As I was writing, I was thinking about what can we do to help you, the student, the self-improvement seeker, the one searching for the philosophy of you and your inspired life. What can we do to help you go deeper into each lesson and bring real change into your life? I thought we can give homework assignments related to the lesson of the week. It could be reading a blog post or viewing a video or listening to something called blog theater or an inspirational song. I love quotes. I use them all the time as a tool to continuously discover the life I'm meant to lead. So I thought we could add pondering quotes to your homework assignments, and reflecting and writing. Then I thought we need to create a community so teacher and students can come together and interact, and I came up with engaging. I added this burst of inspiration all to my mind map. So I wrote down and underlined the word learning, and beneath it, I wrote reading, viewing, listening, pondering, reflecting, writing, and engaging. In lesson 2, I was writing about the differences between inspiration and admiration, and the life-changing importance of discerning the difference between the two. So I added admiration equals earthly and inspiration equals spiritual to my map. Also, regarding lesson 2 and exploring priority, I was thinking about how I try to organize my life around the things that make me feel good, and how I try as hard as I can to replace the things in my life that make me feel bad. So on my map, I wrote and underlined the 4 things, and beneath it, people and pets, places, work and play, stuff and tools. And next to the list of things, I wrote feel good, ? And feel bad, ? I also added the words private Facebook group to my map, although I wasn't really excited about another Facebook group. Shortly after adding these words to my mind map, the power of the universe intervened and connected me with the founder of a new social media platform for wellness. It's called Holosophy. The actual day that I was writing these words out, I have a demo of their beta site. So perhaps they'll be the platform that we use for engagement. As I was working and writing and thinking about the philosophy of you and your inspired life, I thought 2 other powers were important: the power of belief and the power of action. So I added them to my map. Then later I decided that they confused my power message. So I crossed them out and went back to the 3 powers: the power of priority, power of the heart, and the big one, the power of the universe. All that thinking about power gave me the idea that we're not actually going to be exploring gravity. What we're going to be exploring is creating enough power to overcome the gravity in your life. So I crossed out gravity, and lesson number 3 became exploring power. All the emphasis I was putting on the learning words ending in INGs gave me the idea to change lesson 4 to making space, and I changed the way we'll describe homework by calling it homeworking, and changed lesson 8 from Kaizen to Kaizening life. Then the big thing happened. I was writing out my ideas for lesson 7, taking action. I was researching the reading and the viewing and the pondering assignments that I wanted to give you, and that led me to changing the name of the lesson from taking action to making halftime adjustments to adjusting life. Yes, adjusting life. I like that one. And it ends with ING. But then I stumbled across a post that I had written upon Dr. Wayne Dyer's death back in 2015. It's called a tribute to Dr. Wayne Dyer. You didn't die with your music still in you. And it reminded me of a powerful movie Dr. Dyer had made back in 2009 called The Shift. So I watched it again. It's a fantastic summary of everything you'll be learning from lesson 1 all the way through to lesson 8 and ultimately graduation. The shift. That's what lesson 7 is all about. Making the shift from ambition to meaning in the second half of your life. You're going to love lesson 7 and the movie The Shift. But please be patient. Please stick to the work in front of you for the lesson that you are currently working in the week that it's assigned. Thinking about how I should price a course like this, and more importantly, what kind of value can it provide you, the seeker of the life of your dreams? So I added to the bottom of the map 100% guarantee, spelled incorrectly as I often do with this word, and I wrote $300 and 30 hours and you'll never be the same. I really believe that, and that's what I want for you. You make the commitment of an 8 weeks deep dive into you, and you never, ever look back. And so that's how mind mapping works. It helps you organize your thoughts and your ideas in a way that resembles much more closely how your brain actually works. Since it's an activity that is actually both analytical and artistic, it engages your brain in a much, much richer way, helping in all its cognitive functions. And best of all, it works and it's fun. So that concludes lesson number 1, exploring inspiration. What inspires you? What are your life's wonders? And what is mind mapping? For your deep dive into exploring what inspires you, I've prepared a great list of things. I know you're going to love them. For reading, up first, my philosophy on significance and leaving your mark. Number 2, a post that I wrote on making time for life's wonders. And number 3, from the internet, what is mind mapping and how to get started immediately. For viewing, it's a 30-minute video of a talk that I did in Portland a few years ago with a few friends of mine. I hope you'll love our collective version of turning inspiration into action. For pondering, I give you this quote by D. Trinidad Hunt. She says, "Success is winning, significance is helping others win. Success leaves a fingerprint on creation, significance leaves a footprint on the soul." For homeworking, there are 3 assignments to complete. Make the 100% all-in pledge. I want you to write an agreement with yourself that you'll read, view, listen, ponder, mind map, draw, engage with every single item of the program, each and every week. Write the pledge out, then date it and sign it as a promise to yourself. 2, create a mind map of the philosophy of you and your inspired life. And 3, write out your life's wonders. For a little extra inspiration, have a listen to the Something Significant show. It's my podcast where I interview people who have found their reason for being on this planet, doing work they love, with people they love, in places they love, and creating something of value for others. For engaging, please share questions, comments, feedback, additional information, share your mind map and your life's wonders in our private engagement group. You can also engage in the comments sections of the blog posts or blog theater and the videos, and also below each lesson too. I'd like to close out this lesson with a special request. This is week 1. Give it the entire week, all 7 days. Spend time reading and rereading, viewing and reviewing, listening and re-listening, pondering and repondering, mind mapping and writing and drawing and engaging. Don't rush to the next week. Let it come on time. Meanwhile, keep digging deeper and deeper and deeper into this week. Get everything you can possibly get from it, and then get a little bit more. Then when next week's lesson arrives, you'll be super prepared and ready for it. So, enjoy exploring inspiration. I'll see you next week.